Hey guys, good morning. Happy Monday. Thanks for joining me today for another day of Wise Up, a daily dose of wisdom from the book of Proverbs for your daily life. You know, this summer I was driving to the Buffalo River in Arkansas with some friends to go kayaking for a weekend, and we're driving down, speed limit's 55, and we get into this little tiny town called Hasty, Arkansas. And right as we pull into Hasty, the speed limit drops from like 55 to like 20. And it was the funniest thing. We just were cracking up because it was dreadfully slow, but the name of the town was Hasty. And of course, hasty means to like rush in, to go, to be quick, to do something, not necessarily thinking and planning, just going in and doing it, right? And so it was funny. But that reminded me when I was looking through and thinking on and praying through this passage today to share with you guys, it reminded me of that experience. Here's our verse. It's Proverbs 29, verse 20, and it says this: "Do you see a man who is hasty in his words? There is more hope for a fool than for him." Now, God really cuts to the point here. He's pretty quick to get to it, right? Because we've talked a few times so far this month and in this Wise Up series about a fool, right? Even a fool is considered wise when he thinks or when he remains silent, right? Like a fool is somebody who's just ridiculous, who can't be trusted to know things, or is just somebody who is so out of it, who is so irresponsible, who is so lazy, who is so slack, who is so reckless, whatever it may be. The Proverbs talk so much about being a fool, and I think ultimately being a fool is the opposite of being a wise person. And this question here: do you see a man who is hasty in his words? So he asks a question, and he allows you to think about it for a second, and then he says, yeah, well, you remember and you know how much I've told you about fools. And he goes, even with all that said about fools, there's more hope for a fool than for someone who is hasty in his words. You know, as children, we all know this, right? Sticks and stones may break my bones. Here's the second part: but words can hurt or heal. Right? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can hurt or heal. Words can do a lot. Words are powerful. And in fact, James talks about it. I encourage you, we've talked about it at youth. I encourage you to revisit that and check that out and see what the tongue can do, what it's capable of, right? And that whole saying, sticks and stones, all that is like this fun thing that you say as a kid, right? But it's true, but it's not really true. What that little new change there, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me? No, words can hurt or words can heal. And it's about time that we own up to that, right? Think about words as a brick. Say I don't have a brick, I have my speaker, right? Pretend this is a brick. Now, what I do with this brick, right? If this brick just sits here, it doesn't do anything, right? That's just like a word existing, okay? But think about what I can do with this brick. I could take it and I can smash in a window, right? And break someone's window and break into their house. Or I can bash it over somebody's head and send them to the hospital or kill somebody, right? But here's the other thing that you could do with that brick is that I could take this brick and I can lay it down on the ground and I can get other bricks, and this brick can be used to build a hospital or an orphanage, right? Words are like that. Words have the power to both hurt and heal. The difference is the heart and the person who is speaking them, where they are coming from, right? So with that in mind, think about this. There are people in your life and in my life who you have both hurt and healed with your words, I'm willing to bet. But who tends to receive the worst from us? Because it's easy to use nice words and good words, so to speak, to people that we can get something from. But the part that really we need to consider is what words are we using hastily? What words are we just using willy-nilly that we don't even think about it, that aren't healing but are actually hurting? And who are the recipients of that? Oftentimes, and unfortunately, it's the people that we're closest to. And most times we don't even realize it. We get used to it. We allow ourselves to become normal with our language and our tone with our family and our friends. And most times we don't even know that we're hurting people. But yet we live every day being rude. We talk back to our parents, or you tell your friends to shut up, or you talk badly about a coworker or a person on your team, whatever it may be. We use our words sometimes without even noticing because it's worked its way into our speech. So today's challenge is simple. Think about the words that you say today, and before you say them, ask that. Are these words about to hurt, or are they about to heal? Because Jesus has called us to love. And so we should be using our words not to hurt, but we should be using our words to heal and to encourage others to heal. So let us be wise today to use our words to heal and to bring life instead of bring frustration and division and argument and a whole bunch of problems. But instead, use our words to heal. And eventually, we invite Jesus to heal us. And in that process, Jesus heals us and he's making us more like him. But a lot of it begins, and it all begins with our decision to have faith and trust in Jesus and to humbly submit ourselves and say, Jesus, I use my words to hurt. Will you help change my heart so that I don't use those words anymore? So I don't see things and I don't think things that way anymore. But instead, I pursue you and I pursue healing, and I want to use my words for healing. So ask Jesus to change your heart and think about your words today. Are you hurting or are you healing? Have a great Monday. We'll see you guys tomorrow.